Hello, and thanks for joining me. My name's Matthew Butt. I work as a lead developer at RunPath in London, and I'm going to talk about time and software development. Throughout human history and across human cultures, a handful of concepts of time have acted as system metaphors, the way we interact with the world and the way we shape reality. I'm going to have a look at two, talk about how they shape the way we build software today. The first metaphor sees time as a cycle, as a succession of repeating events that occur against an essentially unchanging backdrop. In human history, this seems to arise when people settle down to work the land and raise animals, and it reflects the natural cycles they would have seen of birth and death, of day and night, the passage of the seasons and the movement of the moon, the sun, the planets in the sky. And as these heavenly bodies move against a seemingly fixed backdrop of stars, events in the profane world that we inhabit happen against a background of myth. Rituals in societies that foreground this metaphor are typified by reenacting mythical stories. They see the supernatural world as non-interventionist, but it's setting patterns which we can then reenact to create our reality. If this sounds rather abstract, consider how we still practice a 7-day week, which reflects the 7 days of the biblical creation. Or, for a contemporary example, consider the pattern of Instagramming the meals you go out to eat, just as influencers do. And the challenge, pics or it didn't happen. Without the ritual, it's not real. And this metaphor is comforting because it allows us to deal with misfortune. If at first you don't succeed, try again. But what it doesn't allow us is a notion of change, a notion of agency in the world. And this brings us to the second metaphor, time as an arrow. Time is ever changing. You can't step in the same river twice. This gives us a sense of causation, a sense of agency. We bring in concepts of progress, the idea of history. The supernatural world is now interventionist. The gods can look kindly on us or can be jealous, and our rituals attempt to influence them through sacrifice, through prayer, or we could cynically say, by buying stuff to appease the market. This metaphor gives us hope that things can get better, but also opens up fear that they can get worse and worse. And this profound fear has influenced people to come up with syntheses of these two ideas. The idea that our current history operates within much larger cycles. Look at the way that the Abrahamic religions have an eschatology in which a Messiah heralds the end of days and the birth of a new era. Look at the way that secular thinkers talk about the end of history, whether this is Marx predicting a communist society, Fukuyama predicting the triumph of liberal democracy, or Kurzweil predicting that humanity and technology will merge into a singularity. Where does this leave software? Well, these two metaphors are manifest in the two predominant patterns of building software. Arrows have clear parallels in waterfall software development, with its move from the germ of an idea to the delivery of completed software. But we should note that when Royce characterized waterfall, he described many cycles within the waterfall. This is actually a hybrid system. And that brings us to XP, which is characterized by cycles, like iterative processes, whether at the micro level of test-driven development, the mid-level of our daily stand-ups and the user story life cycle from idea to delivered software, or at the macro level, in the phenomenon of startups, which are formed to try out an idea and may succeed and metamorphose into something greater, or fail, leaving their founders to start again. And all the while we aim for progress, change, disruption. So as my time runs out, I'd like to end with a question. What are our rituals? Who do they seek to influence? And what archetypes do we enact in performing them? Thank you.